Final day in Group A, and it's now about who joins Nepal in the semi-finals. Maldives against Nepal, different situations, same stage. And this is where it gets interesting. Nepal are already through 2 games, 2 wins, job done, and Maldives not quite. Just a 1 point so far, and now they need a result and possibly more than just a win. And Maldives, it's a complicated equation for them. They have to win. That's the starting point, and depending on what happens in the next game between Sri Lanka and Bhutan, a goal difference could come into play. So it might just not be enough to win. They may need to win well. And if Sri Lanka avoid defeat later, then Maldives are out regardless. So there's pressure, there's uncertainty. But first, they have to do their job here. It's a do or die clash for the home side, led by the Hungarian Esteban Yurdbani. Let's hear now from him what he has to say.
No, Nepal is not only physically strong and prepared, as the Nepali coach during the pre-tournament press conference said. There's an ongoing competition for these players, so he was lucky enough to choose players from those matches. You can see that these guys are capable of running 90 minutes, and also they play very direct football with a couple of decent players. So yes, it's going to be a challenging.
And now Nepal come in with a very different mindset. They've already qualified 6 points from 2 games, very efficient. So for them, it's about maintaining the rhythm, keeping standards high, and carrying momentum into the knockouts. And sometimes teams in this position can be very dangerous, playing without pressure. And that's exactly what they'll look to do. They've played some great football over the course of this tournament. In the last game, they've beaten Sri Lanka by a solitary goal, and Subhash Bam scored the winning goal in the first half itself. And in the opening game on 23rd of March, they beat Bhutan 2-1 with goals from Sujan Dangol and Subhash Bam, who is currently the side's leading scorer with 2 goals. And here's what Yurjan Strechta has to say.
आज पनि हामी विनकै लागि खेल्छौँ हैन। आज च्यालेन्ज छ किन मालदिभ्सको होम ग्राउन्ड हो हैन। हामी सबै म्याच अब सबै च्यालेन्जै हुन्छ हैन, किन मालदिभ्स राम्रो टिम पनि हो। हामी अब नेक्स्ट म्याचको लागि हामी तयारीको लागि हामी आज डेफिनेटली विन गेम नै खेल्छौँ।
Two very different mindsets. Nepal, they look calm, composed. A team that knows its place in semi-finals is already secured. Clear weather conditions here in Male, the world's smallest capital. It's a beautiful country, of course, surrounded by beaches. There's a sense of control about them, a quiet confidence, no rush, no real pressure. Maldives, though, it's a different picture. More intensity, sharper focus, perhaps just a hint of anxiety as well. Because for them, it's not just about performance, it's about survival now. And they know the equation, they have to win and maybe win well. And even that, they might still have to wait on what happens later in the day. So there's a lot going through their minds right now, and you can feel that contrast even before they step out onto the pitch. Now the officials having a check. Maldives played a 0-0 against Bhutan in their last encounter a couple of nights ago. In the opening game, though, quite unexpectedly, they lost to Sri Lanka 2-3, despite being up by a couple of goals in the first 45. The defense so porous in the second half and eventually cost them the game. Ilan Imran looked very clinical though for them in front of goal, despite all the odds. And Yurjan Sreshta certainly will test few of his players from the bench in this one and keep the side ready ahead of the knockout clash. The other group, Pakistan already knocked out. India and Bangladesh secure their places in the last four. It will be quite an absorbing battle in the 1st of April, where we're going to join you with the two semi-finals. The last match day of Group A. This is match number 7 coming your way. Live and exclusive on the YouTube channel of Sportzworkz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get all the notifications with regards to the SAFF Under-20 Men's Championship 2026. There's Dharbendra Kunwar, the skipper. The officials are ready for a walk in the park. Maldives, of course, led by Ilan Imran, who plays for Mazia Sports Club in the domestic circuit. The fans just flocking in. The support for Nepal, gonna be huge support for the home side. We are ready. Very limited history between these two at this level. Nepal have a clear edge and a dominant one from the only meeting. That 4-0 result shows the gap, but youth football evolves quickly. And for Maldives, this is a chance to rewrite that narrative. They're only meeting at the under-20 category.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Back
please welcome the teams of Maldives and Nepal.
long time back in 25th of July 2022, where Nepal beat Maldives 4-0. And the game was held at the Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar. History is brief but decisive. Nepal have struck once and struck heavily. But in youth football, the past is never permanent. It's a clash between two heavyweights of this region, Maldives and Nepal, who've won the tournament twice at the under-19 and the under-18 category. And Maldives are yet to get their hands on the trophy. The best finish came in 2019, where they finished third. That was the Maldives under-18 team. And now the national anthem's a moment to pause before it all begins. Nepal have been quite efficient so far in the tournament. A 2-1 win over Bhutan in the opening game, as I've just mentioned, where they did enough, even if it wasn't completely comfortable towards the end. And then a very controlled 1-0 win against Sri Lanka in the last game. A performance that showed discipline and maturity. 2 games, 2 wins, job done in terms of qualification. So today also gives them a chance to rotate a bit. The officials in charge is Adnan Anjum, the man in the centre, Dilwar Khan and Vikas Sarkar, the 2 assistant referees, and Jassim Akhtar is the 4th official. This is the Maldives lineup. They make just 1 change from the last game against Bhutan. Hassan Mohammed comes in on the left flank, replacing Jawiz, and the rest of the side remains unchanged. Sort of bit of continuity there. And tactically, Esteban Urbani sticks with his 5-4-1 formation. And will look for solidity at the back and then building from there. A time for the keepsake photographs. And now the captains will step up for the toss. And Dharmendra Kurwar, the skipper of Nepal, and Ilan Imran, the captain, will also lead the lines for Maldives. The Maldives haven't quite had the result they would have wanted so far. 2 games and still looking for a win. That opening game against Sri Lanka was dramatic. 2-0 up at half-time and in complete control, and then conceding 3 in the second half. A game that many would have said been the best of the tournament so far. This is how Nepal have been quite efficient, and they make 3 changes for this one. Bhakta Pariyar comes in as the goalkeeper, replacing Pemba Nurbu. And there's a reshuffle in defense as well. Siddhant Khatka starts at right back, which means Nishant Lawat shifts into the central defense. And there's Esteban Urbani, and the man on your screen, a man with a big task today, needing not just a result, but the right kind of result. And plenty riding on his decision. And there's the Yurjan Shrestha of Nepal. A calmer picture for him. 2 wins from 2 already through. And today perhaps about managing the game and the squad. Anubhav Puri gets the nod for Nepal ahead of Alex Shrestha in midfield. There are a few changes, but overall the structure remains. They step up in a 4-3-3. A goalless draw against Bhutan in the last match, a result that didn't really help their situation. So now they find themselves right on the brink. Qualification is no longer fully in their hands. What they can control, though, is this game. They need to win and possibly win by a margin, and then hope that the result later in the day goes their way. A good crowd. We've just entered the weekend and expecting a full house tomorrow when Bangladesh will play India.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5.
Well, the countdown begins for kickoff.
2.
Crucial encounter. And we are underway. Simple on paper, not so simple in reality. Maldives must win and possibly win big. And Nepal already through, but still very much part of the story. Because what happens here will shape what comes next. The Maldives have a squad that looks quite promising going forward. You say that especially in their opening game, ability to create chances, to play with confidence. And in the attacking third, there's pace, there's intent, and when they go into rhythm, they can trouble teams. But the concern has been consistency, particularly defensively. Early attack, trying to launch it from the left-hand side via Subhash Bam. He always provides that outlet on the left-hand side. High in confidence with a couple of goals to his name. Scored a wonderful strike from outside the box. against Bhutan in the first game. And then a calm and composed finish from inside the penalty area against Nepal. Now racing forward, Ilan Imran. He keeps going. Ilan Imran in control. He saw the gap on the far left. A cross could be open. Low ball comes in. And deflected behind for a corner. Ilan Imran with the hit. Looking positive, the home side. There you go. That was Mohammed Muin on the overlap. Then a bit of defensive work for Nishan Lawat. Just diverting it behind for a corner. An early goal can set the tempo. The corner comes in. Trouble for Nepal. It's still alive at the back post for the home side. And finally it breaks for a goal kick. Rude awakening for the Golkha boys. Hazam Rashid with the corner. And that punch almost turned into his own net. Struck the bar. And close to Bhakta Padian was Nashiu Ahmed Shihab. It's a back five from Istvan Yurbani. He wants to keep things tight. Now the mandate is quite clear. They don't want to concede and take the game deep possibly. And Nasa Nasheer at right back, Ahmed Muin at left, Mohammad Naisham Nadeem, Mohammad Shaham and Shiham Naishu Ahmed, number 7, forming the back five. Ahmed Akmal Nizam and Rashid are the two pivots. And Hassan Mohammed and Ithan Ibrahim Zaki will operate down the wings. And Ilan Imran is the lone front runner. And Hassan Mohammed came in for Jawiz, who started the last game. And Hassan Kais Mohammed, who plays for Buru Sporting Club. And let's see how this altercation works for the hosts. And the visitors starts with Siddhant Khatka at right back. The Machendra FC fullback. His first start of this competition. He's partnered alongside Nishwan Lawat and Prashant Mokhtar. And Vijay keeps his place at left back. Now searching ball. Sujan Dagol. Was a lovely burst of speed from the number 9. And John Bista will have a lot of defending to do. Ganesh Magad and Anubhav Puri will operate as two free eights. Dharmendra Kunwar, Sujan Dangol and Subhash Bam are the front three. It's a 4-3-3 attacking formation from Urjan Sreshta. Usually prefers a 4-2-3-1, the AFC A license holder. Gone with a very attacking setup. He wants to take Maldives by surprise, expecting the home team will come strong at them, especially in the first quarter. And there you go. A low ball in. The Nepal defense maintaining their shape brilliantly. There was the number 6, Prashant Mokhtar. I saw him play for the Nepal Police Club under 18 team. 17 years old. He was the Nepal under 17 skipper as well. The wrist corner. This time from the right hand side. Game management, especially in this The phase will be crucial, is something they'll want to improve. It's a team with potential but still searching for balance. Zaki. He takes this. Right idea. Was interested Ilan Imran. He asks for another corner. There you go. Beautifully planned. He did make contact with the ball as well, Ilan Imran. The angle was very acute and probably well protected by the Nepal defenders. Nepal, by contrast, look a bit more settled as a unit. Their structure to how they play, a clear understanding of roles, and they might not always be flashy, but they are efficient. 100% win record as far as this season goes. Dharmendra. Subhash Bam, a very exciting player. Subhash Bam accelerates, creates room for the cross. A very tricky customer to deal with. He will keep the Maldives defense second guessing every time the ball falls at his feet. Well, the plan will be to pinpoint him. After many seasons, this Nepal squad looks like a team, looks like a force to be reckoned with. Well, the Nepal side usually wears red in their away colours. Mohammad Naisham Nadeem. Both of him and Hassan Mohammed from the Budu Sporting Club. The qualification for Sri Lanka very much within their reach. It's in their hands. They can do it with a draw. Isn't the case for Maldives. It was a very hefty challenge from behind. It was a clear push. Free kick given. He rolls it down the line. Good cross in. Subhash Bam. Turned back across goal and on the turn. No power. Easy for Zahran Zihad. He kept a clean sheet in the last game. Was part of the pool of players involved in the Maldivian national setup context. A forced clearance. Now comes back Dharmendra. Over ambitious. But what stands out is their discipline, both with and without the ball, and that's often what takes you deep into tournaments. And tactically it is quite interesting. The Maldives are likely to be more aggressive and they need goals, so you would expect them to push forward and commit numbers and take a few risks. And Nepal, on the other hand, can afford to be controlled. Oh, it's taken away. Stepping in at the right time and draws a foul. Good presence of mind, Sujan Danghol, who was the highest scorer in the SAFF Under-17 Championship a couple of years ago. And last season he's had 2 goals in 3 appearances in the SAFF Under-19 Championship held in Arunachal Pradesh. His marksmanship going to be very crucial This is a free kick from a good area. A very interesting position. The second place of this group up for grabs. Oh, they're sensing something. Subhash Baum takes it. Good purchase on it. Zahran Ziad claims it well. Try to release it quick, but cut out. Dharmendra Kunwar. That's what pressure does. At times you might see at some phase they sit deep, stay compact and look to exploit spaces when the Maldives push forward. So it's classic contrast, urgency versus control. Especially for that second semi-final spot. Nepal are already through, 6 points, job done, but for Maldives it's complicated. They need to win and possibly win by a margin. And even then, they'll have one eye on the next game between Sri Lanka and Bhutan. So it's not just about this game, it's about how everything connects. Maldives have always brought a certain flair to South Asian football. They're technically good players, they're comfortable on the ball, willing to express themselves. And they've had success at different levels over the years. And importantly, they bring competitiveness to the region. Especially at home, they add energy and atmosphere which lifts the overall standard. Now the crowd is urging them to go for the kill. But struggling to get the feel of the ball at present. And Nepal are just playing to feet. And there's that punt up front. Now it comes out to Anubhav Puri. Overplays it, recovery from Ganesh Magar. Whipped in a great ball from the right hand side in the last game, which resulted into the goal. I'm talking about Anubhav Puri. He played just 104 minutes this season. 4 games and scored a goal as well. Known as disciplined and a hard-working player. The 2-1 army midfielder. Bilal Imran gets there first. Bilal Imran, what a goal! Sensational finish. And that's what you expect from your captain. From a narrow angle, he blasted it into the top corner. Rising left footer. And the coach for a moment went to sleep at the back. Look at that volley. Bilal Imran on the turn. But the Padi are beaten. And that went in like a tracer bullet. Exploits the gap in behind. Gets to the ball. Tempting bounce. And connects it so well. A goal within the first quarter. That's exactly what Yurban Estevan wanted. This will make things very interesting. The qualification scenario could tilt. A 1-0 victory here for Maldives. A 1-0 victory for Sri Lanka against, or rather a 1-0 victory for Bhutan against Sri Lanka rather in the next game. Can take Maldives into the last 4 as the runners-up of this group. So they got to just think about what is in their hand at the moment. Win this game and pray for a result in their favor when Bhutan will play Sri Lanka. Zaki. Nicely done there by Zaki. Overplayed it slightly. Ethan Ibrahim Zaki made his debut at the age of 14 for Club Valencia. Can they find another? In swinger on the edge. Chance for a counter move. They need a quick turnover. Subhash Bam might help them do that. But he is put off by a solid tackle. There's the man on his screen, the top scorer currently of the SAFF Under-20 Championship for Men's 2026. 3 goals for him. On the far right, that was Anubhav Puri. He's tracking back now. Good defensive work. He wins a foul as well. He is expected to cover a lot of space, take a lot of workload, travel the most distance. That's the kind of player he is. And in a game of this stature, you need his presence in the middle of the park. Which is why Yutan Shrestha opted to give him a start ahead of Alex Shrestha, who was more of a direct attacker. Not much involvement of the ball. And despite the fact Nepal have already qualified, they certainly would not want to lose any game, which can affect the momentum, which can affect the feel-good atmosphere in the dressing room as well. Oh, brilliant from Maldives. From the right, increasing pace. Ooh, you should avoid that. Off the ball tussle, Prashant Mokhtar. His intention wasn't right. He used his elbow, used his knee rather. There you go. There's that right knee. Oh, that should have been a card. Even though there was some provocation from Ethan Ibrahim Zaki, which is why Prashant Mokhtar reacted that way. You sometimes need to understand the gravity of the situation. Your side down by a goal, and you should refrain from doing such acts which can lead to the downfall of your team. Imran rise the challenge. A full-blooded challenge. He's asking for a card as well. The young striker. There you go. It spins away from his marker. But Nishan Lawat as well, not going to give up without a fight. He was the player of the match in his debut game for Shri Bhagwati Club. Dharmendra still going. A play call back. This game's so interesting. Good rhythm on it, good pace. End-to-end stuff at times. You simply cannot take your eyes off this clash. And Nepal can bounce back any moment. They win it in a great area. Can't get past Mohammad Shamhan in defense. Maldives once more. This should be well read. Nishan Lawat, not the greatest of defendings. He got the covering right, not the clearance. A long chase from Dharmendra, who gets there first. Support arrives. Links up with Ganesh Magar. Lovely body feint from Ganesh. Surrounded by 3 red shirts. Holding on there. Dharmendra Kurwat. Play continues. Infield. John Bista. Bista to Anubhav Puri. Attempted crosses blocked from Siddhant Khatka. And there's the man, Ahmed Muin, produced that glorious pass against Sri Lanka. The way the momentum shifted, the way the game turned on its head is quite unbelievable. And Nepal have been one of the stronger forces in youth football in this region. They've had consistent performances, they've produced results, they've shown that structure and planning can lead to success. And their contribution lies in setting a benchmark, something other teams can measure themselves against. This was the last incident. Might be an elbow from Dharmendra, which went unnoticed. An act of play acting. Ilan Imran is not a static attacker, very flexible, also falls back to help his defense, to help his side have the numerical supremacy in the defending third. Nepal are coming forward. Khatka. Throw it. These age group tournaments, very crucial. The South Asian Football Federation also trying hard to extend the calendar by involving club competitions as well. We saw the SAFF Women's Club Championship last year in December, which East Bengal FC from India won. We've had the inaugural SAFF Futsal Championship as well in Thailand. Free kick. Delivered well, back flick. I tried to divert it goalwards, the defender, Nishan Lawat. Just over. It wasn't a bad idea. There you go. Nicely tossed up. And the flick back from the number 23. Well, this is the platform to experience international football early. And not just about the talent, it's about learning. Good press. Nepal. They win it in the attacking third. A cross from deep. It doesn't reach Dharmendra. Coming back the other way. That's wayward from Ilan Imran. Maldives are ahead for the second time in this tournament. I do hope the result from the Sri Lankan game would certainly not haunt them. Sri Lanka can even do it with a draw. In that case, both the teams will be on 4 points if Maldives they win it. What Sri Lanka having a superior head-to-head record, they've beaten Maldives. Will qualify in that case. The only way the Maldives can stand a chance is by winning this one and hope Bhutan beats Sri Lanka by not more than 1 goal. That was a transfield pass. Ahmed Muin. The players are learning at such a ripe age how to handle pressure, how to adapt to different styles. We'll show you the goal once more. He's got the legs to get there. A beautiful ball scooped onto the path of Ilan Imran, and he bangs it home. What a ball from Ithan Ibrahim Zaki. Puts it into open space for Ilan Imran to run into. And Ilan Imran responds to it and responds in a big way. Does the drinks break? And the players will eventually hydrate themselves. More than the humidity, the gravity of this game is heating things up here in the field of play. Mr. U20 having a word with one of his most trusted weapon. The Nepalese fans, they are happy. They know even they lose this won't affect their position. They confirm to finish on top of Group A. They'll face the runners-up from Group B in the first semi-final on 1st of April. And that's a 3:45 p.m. kickoff local time. For the football federations, it's also about identifying the next generation of senior players. Youth football is where everything begins. This is where every players develop their understanding of the game. He's got lightning pace. Ahmed Muin. Hassan Gais Mohammed. And also working hard. A very busy player. The set piece expert of this team, Hazam Rashid, is captain the Maldives under-19 team as well. No elevation on the corner. Cleared away from the front post, back in, gone out for a goal kick. This is exactly where the players develop their understanding of the game, the decision-making, positioning awareness, and importantly, this is where they learn how to deal with pressure. And the players who get it right here often carry that forward into their careers. And so far, this tournament has been quite lively. We've seen goals, we've seen comebacks, and games that have stayed open. till the very end. That's typical of youth football. It's expressive, it's unpredictable, and that's what has made it enjoyable to watch. A very interesting player, Ahzam Rashid, lost his balance, just holding on to the ball a bit too much. At this level, you can't afford to spend too much time on the ball. The opposition not going to allow you to do that. Yet another stoppage. Hassan Mohammed is down. Ganesh Magar going in tight. Brilliant work, John Pista. Sublime technique. Got himself between the ball and the man. That's how you shield. We've really seen goals. We've seen comebacks. And games that have stayed open till the very end. That's typical of youth football. It's expressive, it's unpredictable, and that's what has made it enjoyable to watch. Our referee signals a goal kick. Adnan Anjum just officiating his second game of this tournament. The 2022 edition was held in a round-robin format at the Kalinga Stadium. The Maldives, they finished fourth. They lost to Nepal, lost to Bangladesh, drew 1-1 to Sri Lanka, and lost to India, and managed just 1 point from 4 matches. It was a disappointing campaign. Now room for the cross. I just hoisted it at the back post. Rashid with the hit. Went low, got down on time. Bhakta Padiya. He was the winner of the United We Play program and trained with Manchester United as the 18 years old. He plays for Nepal Police Club. Starting in between the sticks for the first time. Here's Mr. Shrestha. Always calm and composed. I haven't seen him panic much. I'm not going to panic this evening for sure. This was a big chance this season for Nepal to play the finals and possibly try and win the tournament for the first time at the under-20 category. They've won it in under-19s, they've won it in under-18s. For the first edition, 2015, Nepal hosted it and won it as well by beating India in the final. And in 2017, the matches were being played in Thimphu. The Nepal under-18s beat India 2-0 in the last game of round-robin format. They eventually won the tournament by the virtue of securing most number of points at the end of group games. Acres of space, beautifully cut off. Great challenge, space opening up. Well seen. A nice peripheral vision. 37 minutes played. And the hosts still leading. They breathe life into their hopes with that goal from Ilan Imran. A goal that means more than just advantage. It keeps the door open, it keeps the dream alive. With Nepal already through, now asked a different question. The game begins to tilt with purpose. They're having lion's share of possession. The Maldives are relying on counters. That was excellent footwork. Minimized to the threat of Subhash Baum. I haven't seen him cut inside much. He was denied space. He's looking good. A strong flash of play. Trouble for Zehran Zihad. There's the assistant coach. Instructions in their local language. That was Bijay. He's got good pace in close quarters. And Nishan Lawat, Prashant Bhuktan, John Vista, Sujan, Dharmendra and Subhash have been regular starters. Not in huge numbers, though, the Nepalese fans, but they are in full volume. Sizable support for Maldives this evening. The goal has shifted and lifted the belief. Nepal, watchful, measured, not drawn into urgency. The game slightly tightening, the tension rising with it. Oh, beautiful steal, the pickpocketed Maldives. Last ditch defending. They'll have to somehow get out of the situation. Well, this was the steal, Dharmendra, and caught in possession there. Dilly-dallying on the ball. Nashiu Ahmad Shihab. Moeen. He wins it off him, Dharmendra. Oh, the movement's much sharper. The passing more assured from the visitors. The action at the other end. In no man's land still. Ilan Imran draws a save of Bhakta Pariyar. Was playing with fire down there. There you go. Taken away very quickly. And Zaki, the man who did produce the first goal, and Ilan Imran tried to poke it goalwards. The block came in just at the right time. The Maldives have a corner. Rashid's ball directly at goal. Right at the edge. Just over for goal kick. That ball was too close to the goalkeeper. He punched it. It wasn't a great punch. Nishan. A tug of the shirt. Surely a free kick. Subhash Bam this time. Shifted to the right wing. Nishan Lawat rolls it down the line, and then Subhash tried to take off, tried to take on Muin. There's a fight back on the cards. A mix up in defense. Corner for Nepal. Time and again they're getting there. Imran, which is sheer of defensive work. The corner is low. No height on it. Needed a better delivery. Rose up at the far post. John Vista was the player. Couldn't make a proper contact though. There was that jump. And this time this leap. Hassan Mohammed. Maldives building up from this side, and they give it back immediately. From the wide area, was urging for that pass and managed to find Subhash Bam. A back heel. Anubhav Puri. Nishan Lawat
There will be 5 minutes of added
sends in a
time.
decent ball. Good pressure this from Nepal. 5 minutes added on. Absorbing a lot of pressure. And Nepal in control. They are commanding. Now look at it. Their defense applying a high line. The influence area occupied as well. Occupying the half spaces excellently. Shihan goes direct. Zaki switching it to the right. Dharmendra Kunwar was there. Took no risks. Sending it into touch for a throw-in. Somehow can Maldives get another goal before the breather? They scored already once in this time frame against Sri Lanka. That should have been a foul. Still, the referee allows the game to continue. First touch letting him down. Subhash Bab, over enthusiastic. A back injury for Azam Rashid. That's clearly a foul. I wonder why the referee didn't blow the whistle. No, there was a genuine obstruction. And every time there's a stoppage in play, players are getting hydrated. Now you can understand the level of humidity here in Mali. A summer at its peak.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to inform that during the half-time interval, you are requested not to leave the designated seats and stadium, as you will not be allowed to re-enter the stadium with a used ticket.
These are the fans for Nepal. Still waiting for their side to provide them a moment of magic.
Once again, we would like to inform that during the half-time interval, you are not requested to leave the designated seats and stadium, as you will not be allowed
Sujan
to
Bengal.
enter the stadium with a used
And that
ticket.
could have been the moment. And now trying to set off Zaki. It's 1-on-4. Nepal having the numerical supremacy and they win the ball clean. The tackles flying in. A few words exchanged and now it's getting worse. It's getting from bad to worse. And everyone getting involved now. He's got a decision to make here. Adnan Anju. A yellow card. Siddharth Khatka. John Bista, the two number 8s, into a battle of their own. Azam Rashid and Siddharth Khatka, and then Ahmed Nizam got in as well. Both the players booked, in fact. Subhash Bam used the outside of his boot. Attack is on. Nepal, ball comes in. Excellent work from John Bista. Alert to the danger, Zahran Ziad. And that is half time. Maldives lead, and with it carry their hopes into the break. A goal that means everything from this man for a team that needed something. And Ilan Imran delivered. Nepal composed, measured, but yet to find their way through. So at the break, advantage Maldives, and the dream is still alive. Maldives, they need to put in a lot of hard work as well. Possibly try and extend the margin, extend the lead. And at the break, it's Maldives 1, Nepal nil. Ilan Imran scored his third goal of this competition, and all three of them came in the first half itself. We'll show you the highlights of this half. This was match number 7 between Maldives and Nepal. A must-win encounter for the hosts. This is how the game started. From attacking intent from Nepal, early doors, and then Maldives got into their grooves. Ahmed Muin cuts it back. This was the first piece of attack, defended well by Nishan, and then the corner turned into the crossbar. That was a terrible punch from the goalkeeper Bhakta Pariyar. There you go. Disrupting his vision as well. The number 7 of Maldives, Shiham. And then swung in. Another header went wide from Ilan Imran, who rose at the front post. Couldn't divert it enough, and then a set piece trickery hung up towards the back post. Turned back by Subhash Bam, and the shot on the turn was not that threatening. A feeble left footer. Dharmendra Kunbar trying to apply some pressure, and then this pass out of nowhere. Puts it on a plate, who gets there with his pace and says thank you very much, Ilan Imran, with a classic finish. A sublime goal from the number 9. He scored so many at this venue in the domestic league for Mazia. He continues his scoring spree in national colours as well at the international stage. And Nishan just tried to guide it goalwards with his back head. And the attacking midfielder Zaki delivered another ball, ricochets off a blue shirt and almost fell kindly for Ilan Imran. But tried to stretch his left foot, but lost sight of the ball. 1-0 at the break. Another 45 to decide their fate. Don't go anywhere. We'll join you shortly. Welcome back to the second half. You are watching the SAFF Under-20 Championship 2026 live from the National Football Stadium, Maldives. It's match number 7. Those Maldives are locking against Nepal. And the visitors can change in the second half. The number one comes on. We'll confirm you shortly who he replaces. We are all set. The players returning to the pitch, positions taken, focus renewed. Alex Shrestha in place of Anubhav Puri. That's the confirmation. Alik played the previous 2 games before. The Maldives are ready to restart, carry a lead that means everything. And off we go then. And so the game resumes with one side chasing survival and the other shaping destiny. Well, the equation sharpens, and as it stands, Maldives are doing their part, leading the game, keeping their hopes alive. Qualification may still depend on what follows later. Because a win here is essential, and perhaps not enough on its own. All already through, now playing with freedom, but still holding the power of the influence who joins them. Started. It was an interesting throw in. Is there a chance? Returned back comfortably. The ball composed, unhurried, yet searching for that rhythm in this contest. And now the second half begins. Maldives ready to restart, carrying the leads, everything. The equation sharpens. As it stands, Maldives are doing their part of the game and keeping their hopes alive. But qualification may still depend on what follows later. Because a win here is essential and good enough on its own. Nepal already through and now playing with freedom, but still holding the power to influence who joins them. One side chasing survival, the other shaping destiny. Of course, there are areas to improve, and game management is one. We've seen teams lose control at key moments. Defensive organization is another, especially under pressure. And then comes the finishing part. Creating chances is one thing and converting them is another. These are the small details, but they make a big difference. Kudos to Dylan Imran, the way he connected that ball and made that finish within the first quarter of the game, setting the pace of this game. In case you've just tuned us and wondering if the home side can go in, there is still a possibility. They got to win this and hope Bhutan beat Sri Lanka by not more than 1 goal. The Maldives have scored more goals than Bhutan. They have that advantage of making it if the result go their way. As Ansiad is down, a place for EA Eagles FC. There was a collision inside. No malice intended. Both of them went for that 50-50 ball. Trying to come out of his line. Oh, incredible support now for Nepal. That number gradually increased as the game wore off. We will receive treatment. Zahran Ziad and by a few times. So it'll be interesting to see whether Estefan Hilbani gonna go for that second goal or decide to say protect this lead. Will Maldives take their foot off the pedal the way they did after the first drinks break, which allowed Nepal to make their way into the game, make some inroads in the final third, even though they missed the cutting edge in front of goal. They've got the likes of Sujan Dangol and Subhash Babu who can change the color of the match. Just one flick off the boot and the mood can change. Ali Shrestha. There's some desperation from the number 21. Here's an attack developing for Nepal. Dharmendra Kunwar. Just rotating the ball, keeping it among themselves, passing it along. And now over the top. A run offered by Vijay. It's played for Brigade boys. Dream still within reach for the home team. Their decision goes against Rashid. Just playing their third game within 6 days. Never an easy task. Still holding on to something valuable. But Nepal are stealing more of the ball, but still searching for that final touch. The game finally balanced despite the scoreline. The Maldives trying to manage the game and show it when needed. Nepal patient, waiting for the right opening. This is about timing now, not just intensity. Ball growing into the half, looking more assured in possession, but Maldives trying to stay compact, disciplined, protecting what they have. Two different approaches, both with purpose. They aim to play those long balls now. From the back, Hassan Mohammed. Not in real hurry with the home side. Still winless, a draw and a defeat. Just trying their level best to do their part, but this still may need more, and perhaps goals, perhaps help elsewhere. So it's not just about leading, it's about how much they can add. Sets the break here. Subhash Babu, incredible pace. Watch out for his fearlessness. And somehow the Maldives try to deal with it, not succeeding. And the collection wasn't hassle-free for Zahran Ziad. There was a challenge on him from Dharmendra Kunwar. Look at that cross. Swung in well. Collides onto the goalkeeper. We saw Zahran Ziad go down in the first half as well. Well, the drum beats are on. We're down and receiving treatment, and suddenly the tempo fades. Teammates gather a moment to pause to catch breath. Because in games like these, even a stoppage carries weight. Look at the excitement. The drum beats, the claps echo around the stands. The crowd finding its voice, urging their side forward. Because they know every moment matters now, and the energy rises with every sound. They're playing that patient game, Nepal. One goes for that adventurous pass forward. Was on the mark. Keeps going. Heavy touch. Overstretched slightly. Zaki. That didn't feel on Imran. Players going down quite frequently. Another stoppage. The game beginning to fragment. The rhythm broken, tempo slowed. Every challenge heavier, every contact felt. Because at this stage, even time becomes a tactic. Well, the wait continues for them. Nothing to celebrate so far for the away fans. Nepal would want to make it to the semi-finals by staying unbeaten. A defeat is a defeat. It certainly disrupts the momentum. Subhash. This is where he's good from. Taken away quite comfortably. Waited for his moment and threw his ball and eventually took the ball away from him. For the first time in this game, saw Nasser Nasir rise up to the occasion. He plays for Mazia as well. Played the top tier league of Maldives at the age of 14. And a ball from deep. Ball came in early. This could be a chance. Ganesh Magar. A collective defensive work. Only as far as Subhash Bam. And every time he gets to the ball, the double team, they commit numbers upon him. Tackle from Nasser Nasir. They still cling to that lead. A slender advantage, but the one that means everything. Nepal continue to probe, patient, persistent, but Maldives hold determined, disciplined. An hour gone, and the tension only deepens. The second half so far looks like a one-way traffic though. On the attacking front, but this could be trouble. Lila Simran. That heavy touch disrupts the flow. He was almost on his bike to the center. Nepal building pressure slowly, steadily. Bijoy, good run from Bijoy. Slightly over the line. Maldives, they continue to absorb. It's attack versus resistance right now. Maldives are dropping deeper, protecting the lead. Nepal patient, waiting for the right opening. This is about decision making now, not just effort. Maldives are probably just doing what they must. But one goal may not be enough depending on the later game. So they still might need to push despite the lead. But the next goal, if it comes, changes everything. Sizable crowd here at the National Stadium. This is what you want to see. A great advertisement for the sport. Now, the South Asian countries may not play in the World Cups, but there is no dearth of passion. They love the sport like anything else. There is no dearth of talent in this part of the world. Change for Nepal. Vigyan Khatka will replace the captain Dharmendra Kurwar, and with me Subhash Bam will get the captain's armband. The story is still hanging in the balance. The game now slowing in patches, stops and starts, not much flow at the moment, and that suits Maldives, less so Nepal. So the home side is beginning to manage the clock, taking their time, choosing their moments. Experience at this age is starting to show. So as this man, Subhash Bam, wins the corner, who was inviting that tackle from Mohammad Laisam Nadeem. A corner quickly taken. Subhash Bam puts it into a dangerous area. Shot might be on. Is blocked by a host of red shirts. All stretched out for that low drive. That's a terrible piece of defending. Cleared away once more. Wave after wave. Hitting the Maldivian shores. For how long can they sustain this pressure? Nepal are throwing the kitchen sink at them. The Gorkha boys, all guns blazing. Khatra. Nepal still composed, not forcing it. They're trusting their structure, waiting for space to open. But time is slowly becoming a factor. The Maldives, they continue to sit back, probably deeper now, almost inviting pressure, backline compact, midfield working hard to close gaps. A double change from Istvan Urbani. And Mohammed has been brought on. Hassan, guys. Now that's that for him. Afnan also comes on. Number 6, Ahmed Akmal Nizam had been sacrificed. And Mohammed and Afnan brought on. Maldives to win it. They look to break quickly. And that's where the second goal could come from. Risk, but also opportunity. Pressure not just from Nepal but from the situation itself. They know one goal might not work for them. The Maldives players are urging each other. Referee clearance celebrated. Nepal calm but searching. Yellow card for Rashid. Now this will get more physical now. The next 10-15 minutes could define everything. One mistake, one moment, the story could change. Ganesh Magar. Low ball in. Right at the edge. Shot comes in. Fired wide. Subhash Bam. A feeble try from outside the box. Player of the match in the last game. Off color in this one. Now Maldives coming forward. Zaki. Wrong thought process. Approaching 70 minutes, Maldives are still in front. The lead feels heavier, more significant with every passing second. And Nepal have had control in spells, but control without a goal changes little. And for Maldives, this is about endurance now. Holding shape, holding nerve, and holding on to belief. That breakthrough still remains out of Nepal's reach. Time moves on. With it, tension grows. Another change is getting ready. The drum beats so rhythmic. Oh, what a hit! On the rise, Ilyas Mohammed. Had that been on target, could have been a world-class goal. That clearance drops right on the edge. That didn't allow it to bounce quickly on the rise. Took it on the turn. Ilyas Imran. Surely one for the future. Are we watching a very young Ali Ashfaq in action? Probably too early to say now, but he's shown signs, has shown great promise. Nepal won a free kick. It went against them, the decision, quite surprisingly. And releasing it near the touchline. Couldn't clear the first man. Good covering. A fresh leg. A sign of intent. The Tamang is not on. Ganesh is off. Search for something different, because time is moving and the answer is yet to arrive. We'll probably tweak things, find a different route. They've had control in spells, but just lacking that final touch still. This could be about adding a bit more sharpness. And as they look for a way back into the game. A nice give and go. And asking for it on the right hand side. Zaki. Can he cut in? Zaki. Closely marked. Prashant Mokhtar gets his foot in. Corner for Maldives. Corner for the home team. Opportunity now, not just to attack but to breathe. To push Nepal back, to take a few seconds away from the clock. Because in moments like these, every possession becomes precious. Perfect delivery at the back post. A touchdown, goes for the hit, it's off the line. Would you believe it? It's still on though for the home team. A slight deflection. Just had to wait time. Actually, we are going Subhash Bhatt for the turn of pace. Shabhan clear of the danger. corner. Quickly turning defense into attack, a goal line clearance. So that could have been curtains for Nepal. And turned defense into attack so quickly, but couldn't quite get past Shamhan. A moment that seemed destined for the net, denied at the very last instant. From certainty to survival in a hard raid.
The total attendance for this match is 3,863.
2,863 is the official attendance. Good numbers. And time for the second drinks break. Plenty of goal mouth action, but no goals yet in this half. A pause once more. A chance to breathe, to gather, to reset. The Maldives still ahead. These fans will be happy. Holding on with resolve. Nepal searching, still believing. 15 minutes remain and everything still hangs in the balance. The final stretch will begin via this throw-in. Ball to resume the chase, searching for that one moment. Regulation time 13 minutes plus whatever is added for the story to find its ending. Prashant Mokhtar. Shaping to go long. Nicely taken down. Subhash. The support from Tamang. Vijay with the cross. Balls to a blue shirt. Laid it back. Could have been a score. Went with his side foot, Sujal Dangal. Over the crossbar for a goal kick. My oh my, that was the moment. Vijay with the cross. It was a deep delivery, the clearance falls. A ricochets of a blue shirt and then a perfect layoff for Sujan Dangal. Couldn't hit the target.
Substitution for Maldives.
And Zaki is off. Yusuf Ayan comes on. Zaki has played his part. He did set up Vilas Imran for that extraordinary goal. So the moment was there though for Sujan Dangal, the opportunity clear. But finish rises and sails away. For Ibrahim as well, possibly for time wasting while leaving the field. Aryan Yusuf. Whistle is gone. It could be a booking as well. But Aryan Yusuf is so angry. Ujal Sreshta. Heated argument with the Maldives captain. A yellow card for Aryan Yusuf. And come on. Oh, what's the play? An off the ball incident. That was a lovely gesture. Handshakes immediately with Ilan Imran. Heat of the moment. These things do happen. Swept out wide. Aryan Yusuf comfortably reaches it. Can he take on Sultan Fakkar? Good cross! Rallied away by the keeper. The danger still lurking. And finally, he stayed out. The Maldives edge closer. Aryan Yusuf with his left foot. A perfect ball. Ilan Imran's header. Lacker lost the keeper. Post up. Just parried away. And a shot from inside the box. Stayed out. And the game still hangs delicately in the balance. Superb ball. Somehow managing to keep it in play. Minutes. 8 minutes of regulation time, and the tension sharpens further. Every clearance cheered, every second protected. Nepal trying to press, searching but running out of time. And now it becomes a test of nerve, who can hold and who can break. Great commitment. Brushed off that challenge. There was an attempt to hold him back, but still bulldozed his way through. A throw-in meanwhile for Maldives. Ilan Imran. Can he put this game to bed? Now Maldives are attacking, sensing the moment, seeing the opportunity. Rashid intercepted by Nishan Lawat. A 50-50 situation. The keeper rushes out just in time to avoid the danger. Did appear for the moment inviting, but it doesn't quite find the finish. So close to a second, so close to certainty. duration time of just 5 minutes. Maldives taken Nepal by surprise. The last 10 minutes of stoppage time are coming out of their shell. For Nepal, the clock now becomes their greatest opponent. Every second feels priceless for the home team. Searching for that equalizer. That's a free kick for Nepal. Perhaps a moment to change everything. The body is gathered, eyes fixed. One delivery, one touch could rewrite the story. Subhash Bam. The weight of the moment, Subhash Bam, Nepal's ball is a goal! Great touch at the near post. And at the death, Nepal find it. From hope to heartbreak for Maldives. The free kick delivered. And the net found. A moment that changes everything. All that effort, all that belief, undone in an instant. And now the balance shifts completely. Subhash Bam's delivery. And the last touch of Nishan Lawat. The centre-back delivers when it mattered the most. And now the game back to square one. Nishant Raj Lawat, the goal scorer. 88th minute equalizer. And the disease to concede goal in the second half is becoming chronic now for Maldives. From control to collapse for Maldives. From patience to payoff for Nepal. A single moment and the story turns on its head. Now the home side slightly stunned. And the fans slightly stunned. The equalizer, the equation will shift completely. And as it stands, Maldives are going to be out of this competition. A draw won't be enough. For Sri Lanka, they still need just a point against Bhutan. The Dragon Boys will be happy with this result as well. Wazila's challenge, unable to control himself, Yusuf Ayan had transferred his body weight onto Vijay. This was the moment of magic for the visitors. Subhash Bam's delivery. At the right place at the right time. Terrific touch. Nishan Lawat, the saviour. And 2 goals and an assist for Subhash Bam. Maldives make another change. Anuf Abdullah brought on. Nashu Ahmed is off.
One more coming. One more coming.
There will be 9 minutes of added time.
Time 11 minutes. 11 more for hope to flicker or fade completely. Maldives a final window, a late push against the inevitable. And Nepal a chance to control to close. Time extended, but destiny almost decided. There's the cross! Into the safe pair of hands of Zahran Ziad. Bijay on the overlap. Whipped in a deep. End-to-end stuff at present. Sensing space, sensing opportunity. Even at the stage they push. Looking to turn control into a decisive moment. Maldives retreat, holding on. But the pressure keeps coming. Sujan Dangol is taken off.
Substitution for Nepal.
Sabin Kumar thrown into the cauldron. Maldives with a throw in. A lack of distance. A couple of points, it won't be enough. It's now or never. Walking on a tightrope, Maldives. Can they find another Nepal here? Can they add insult to injury? This game has beautifully ebbed and flowed. Kubash Bam. Tireless. Extraordinary work rate. Outstanding tracking back. Still 7 minutes of additional time left. Seven more minutes through the picture. Maldives still searching, still pushing against the tide. Nepal composed, managing, controlling. Time stretches. But for one side, it may already be slipping away. Nepal have made good use of the set piece. Now it's Maldives' turn. Free kick from a similar situation. Will there be a twist in the tail? Same area. Good strong hands from Bhakta Pariyan. Went down too quickly. The effort was true, the moment well taken. But the goalkeeper stands firm. Strong hands, strong presence. He keeps it out. This was the previous goal. Subhash Bam just gave him a lesson in delivering a free kick, a top-notch ball in at the near post and diverted goalwards. Nishan Lawat with a late equalizer. Another pause in the game. Already heavy with moments. The clock continues to tick, and once again time becomes part of the contest. Subhash Bam comes to life the moment he enters this area. Is made that position his own. The bossing from the left hand side. Oh, flicked on! There's a chance to finish the game. The offside flag went up. Damang, who was through on goal, mistimed his run. Rashid driving forward, thought about a shot, and now takes it. Kept away Bhakta Pariyan. Once more to the rescue. And that took a wicked bounce in front of the keeper. But still managed to keep it away. Another surge of hope. They crowd the box. Every ball now carrying meaning. Rashid's delivery. And they are ever present. And those boys in blue. Are they at the cusp of another elimination? And all can take their time. If it ends this way, they'll finish with 7 points and stay unbeaten. It's looking a promising move. Inches away and retrieved on the far side. Subhash Bam. Yusuf Ayan sticking to him like a leech. And he needs a helping hand. Subhash Bam. He's got that incredible ability to hold on to the ball. Throw in for Nepal. into the last few seconds. Friends, families and fans, fasten your seatbelts. It's so difficult to take the ball off his feet, Subhash Bam, without committing a foul. Vigyan Khatka. Will this be a card? Referee goes to the front pocket, a yellow card for Vigyan Khatka. He might have used his elbow. Oh, that almost stamped his face. It was dislodged, dismantled. Ratna Anjum gonna play this minute. So the nervy last few seconds. Subhash Bam wriggles out of the tight spot. Taken off him. Might be one last attack for Maldives. The captain somehow. Bodies approaching. And Ilas Simran. That's that. And the final chance for the number 9. And he unable to bury it. That could have been buried. The timing of that leap. Over jumped. Made contact with his forehead. And the rub of the green not going the home team's way. And full time. From hope to heartbreak. The Maldives led. They believed, they held on for so long. But in the end it slips away. Nepal found the equalizer and with it closed the door. For Maldives, the journey ends here. And an evening that promised so much fades into what might have been. Nepal, they qualify unbeaten from this group with 7 points from 3 games, and they are disappointed. At full time, it's Maldives 1, Nepal 0. Ilan Imran gave them the lead within the first quarter. Cancelled out by Nishan Lawat's 88-minute header. Maldives downcast, drained. A team that came so close and now left with nothing. They had it within reach. For so long they held the moment. But football can be cruel. From belief to heartbreak, and the silence says it all. Istivan and Yurjan Shrestha. Words exchanged. Nepal were tested, stretched, asked questions, and they had to answer. And in the end, they found a way via this man, Subhash Bam. Not the loudest of results, but one that shows control, character, and consistency. Through to the semi-finals and still unbeaten. The celebration will continue. The fans absolutely jubilant by the team's performance, really showing great promise. One of the best squads in recent years that can give them the trophy for the third time at the age group category, for the first time in the under 20. But Bangladesh and India will be a hard nut to crack, both of which have qualified from Group B. At full time, it's Maldives 1, Nepal 1. The Nepalese fans still haven't left. Every moment cheered. Feeling really for these players who fought till the end, never gave up, kept believing. Imran tried his best. At the last minute, that header. A player of his quality expected to score a maybe. And the pressure of the situation took toll. But he's been adjudged the player of the match. The highest scorer at present with 3 goals. And he will share his thought as well on this game. Couldn't get his team over the line. But well played. Maldives. Even though the season ends in disappointment, but they will surely come back strong in the future. There is a promise, there is a lot of hope from this team.
full support ka ko dandu furala hoitan den hama miadi nimumen nu miadi fashion inshallah anna harves onna mubarak tawga aharmen itura masikekko aharmenge kuriyaru pennana
पूरी डैमेज अब्बाला हमें में हम वारा बोर्ड तन टीम के कॉम्बिनेशन में समी गेम हमारा रंगल में दिए कि ने फाह कुरानी हुरी हाकुलम तेरेंगे में ही वार
मैं फुलका में अब्बाला में हम वारा रंगल ए हम माटू मिस हम स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेस के बना कुल्ले अकन एड्डे तेरे मोलन नुवेना साफ चल पे मैं हम माटू पूरे वेना काम है
बहुत शुक्रिया
You could make out his voice was getting heavier. It was a brilliant display. This is the highlights of this game. Maldives took on Nepal. Nepal were already through, but it was a must-win game for the home team. Maldives tried to attack Rashid's corner. The punch from the keeper ricochets off the crossbar. We have seen this very often in this tournament. The crossbar or the post. 4 times Nepal struck it in their last game against Sri Lanka. A variation from free kick to Subhash Bam. This shot went just straight to the keeper. Prashant Muktan took it on the half turn, and then that attempted clearance, sorting his feet out, and then the pass had goal written in it, and just giving it and sending it to the right direction. Ilan Mohammed to head his team in front from an acute angle. Shows his class, shows his quality. Was a top-notch strike. Third goal of the tournament. Step over from Zaki. Surely the standout performer of the first half. Just escaped Ilan Imran.
Lady.
They ended the first half being on the lead. And then Nepal started strong in the second. Subhash Bam with a low drive. Was a feeble attempt. The attacks kept coming in, especially in the last 10 minutes of regulation time. Maldives decided to come out of their shell, commit bodies forward. They had a few scoring opportunities. This was the hit. They sat up on the rise. And then the corner swung in. It was deep. Too much height. And the goal line clearance, the luck of the day, allied with the visitors. And then the follow-up also didn't go in. It turned into a counter for Nepal. And then Ayan Yusuf brought on. Tried to influence proceedings as well. He's crossed the header. This was the chance. Parried away. The follow-up shot from Azam Rashid was a weak one. Good sustained pressure from Maldives. But this free kick changed the dimension. Subhash Bam whipping it in into the near post. And Nishan Lawat diverting it goalwards. And these are happy fans. They waited for this moment. And since then, Nepal created a few scoring chances. This went straight to Zehran Ziad. And this was the last chance of the game. An optimistic hit, took an awkward bounce and palmed away for a corner. And this reverse pass found Ilan Imran at the end of it, but that wasn't on target. And that was that. It ended 1-1. Maldives out of the competition. Nepal through to the semi-finals, unbeaten with 7 points from 3 games. We'll come back with the second game of the day. Thanks for watching.